Hey, welcome back to the Krabby Dice. Today we're going to talk about the Tibet scenario, which is by far the best scenario out of the box, so play along. So for the setup, pretty simple, just like every other scenario. You'll line up your stations 0 through 8 this time, 1 through 8 I mean. Look at the top left, it'll tell you how many track cards are between stations. So here's 2, here's 2, here's 2, so on, so on, so on. Add your rubble cubes to wherever you see shovels and the route up the mountain's ready to go. For this scenario, every single action overlay spot has a card, so put those in. We're going to talk about it during the rules, but they essentially just dictate what oxygen does in this scenario. There are a couple of overlay cards. Here's just a reminder what fog does. This is just a reminder of how to raise your track, because this one we are raising track. It's like almost like a fast rail line, so you need to raise it, so we have to fortify it. There are 2 train cards they want you to use. Shuffle up the base game trains and put out 4 more. Don't forget to add the coal where they belong if they need coal. There are about 9 cards you need to replace in the deck. And lastly, very important, give every player 2 oxygen tokens, because that's what you're going to have per turn. Let's just go to the rules. Alright, here we are set up for 3 players. Let's talk about the oxygen first, because that's what makes this scenario amazing. So you got to remember that every single round we're going to have 2 oxygen to spend. Every round you're just going to get back 2, 2, 2. You're never going to get less or more. Depending on fog or another way, you might get more or less, but every round you'll get a standard 2. Now, where do you spend that oxygen? On all of these new action spots, you have the ability to either get a better or worse version of the action depending on how much oxygen you spend. So I'll just explain it with the first one, and they all work sort of the same way. So when you're getting resources, if you spend 0 oxygen, you'll get 2 cubes only from the stockyard. If you spend 1, you get 3. And if you spend 2, you get 5. More often than not, if you spend 1, you get the default value, what it's supposed to be. So you see 3. You spend 1, you get 3. And if you spend 2, you'll get a super powered version of it. And if you spend 0, you get a worse version of it, right? So that's getting cubes. No matter which one you pick, you can still only take 1 coal. Just remember that. Excavation works the same way. If you spend 2, you get a +2. 1 is 0, and 0 is -1 of the excavation rate. So if the excavation rate is 2 and you don't spend any, you only excavate 1 cube, right? The conversion card is all about the conversion from ore to steel bars. So a 0 is a 4-to-1 exchange, a 3-to-1 exchange, or a 2-to-1 exchange, which is pretty beneficial actually. Laying track is probably the simplest card in the game, so you'll lay track at a -1, 0, or a +1 rate according to the work rate. The station card, it's the only card where you don't actually look at this card how much you're going to pay. You're actually going to look at the station itself. And on the top left, it'll tell you how much oxygen you need to spend to build in that station. Right, so this one has a 2 on it. You would have to spend 2 oxygen just to build in that station. Alright, that's how that works. The cards are pretty simple. Unless you spend 1, you're not getting a card. So 1 is for 1 card, 2 is for 2 cards. And lastly, the surveyor action has 2 options. So you can spend an oxygen to move your surveyor, pretty simple, or you can have a +1 oxygen for the following turn only. So for that turn you're going to have 3. Okay? Depending on the weather, because fog is going to make it go down, but essentially you get a +1. Now let's talk about moving your surveyor, because there's a couple of new things you can do with that. So now when you're moving your surveyor up the mountain, you'll get your usual points at the end of the game, like every other scenario almost, except now you have an added option. At any station you can take a photograph. So I'll pick the first station here as an example. So every single station has this photograph icon here. So once per game you can take a photograph, and you get to choose which station that you landed on you want to take a photograph of, right? So let's say I want to take a photograph here, I would just put my marker on it. Now I can't take another photograph no matter where I go, and other players can't take a photograph here. So it's first come, first serve. These are all end game scoring bonuses. So for example, this one's going to score you an extra 4 points for each of your stations you built on stations that have one oxygen marker. Right, so this station itself, just as an example, you'd score extra points if you built here. Okay, each one has a different power. You can go look at the rulebook, but essentially this one is for each of your fortified tracks. This is for each of your completed contracts. This is for each of your laid tracks, period. This is going to do it times 2 of your highest scoring contract card. This one you're going to, I think, score all your stations no matter what. Sorry for the focus. And this one is straight up 30 points. Okay? You take a picture, you put your marker on it. There you go. You can still move up your surveyor even though you took a picture earlier on. You'll also score within the top right at endgame, just like most scenarios. Okay, so let's talk about laying track now. So you gotta sort of envision that this route of the mountain is the raised speed line track. So between stations there is track, but we need to sort of fortify the poles underneath to keep the track elevated, right? So one track between stations needs to be fortified, exactly one. So one of these two, one of these two, one of these two. How do you fortify track? It's written on this card. You have to give up a combination of 2 ore or stone. So either 2 stone or 2 ore or 1 of each. Right? When you do that, you'll add 2 of your markers on that track. So just giving you a random example here. Let's say I fortified this track. I give up my steel bar and I give up, let's say, 2 ore. Boom. Now, this counts one of 2 things. You can either have contracts that depict fortified track, so that would count as a fortified track, or it counts as 2 laid track for the event. So just to give you an idea, here, it'll count 2 of the 3 laid track, or as the fortified track, not both, one or the other. Alright, so that's how that works. And again, if somebody would build the fortified track first, the next one can't be a fortified track because only one of the tracks in between station needs to be fortified. Okay? Next, how does the AI do fortified tracks? Well, they don't. Every time they build track, it's never fortified. Even if it would need fortification, let's say I would do this and then he would lay track, we'd just lay track here and we'd just move on. There would be no fortified track between here. Just pretend that the AI did do a fortified track, but it doesn't really matter. Okay. I think we just have to talk about the trains next and then the fog, and then we're good to go. So these trains, these are the 2 special ones they want you to use for this scenario. This train is basically when you fortify a track, you don't have to pay, you just fortify it. Easy enough. And this one is, well, every round you get an extra oxygen, but your extra worker does cost 2 coal instead of 1. But it's pretty awesome. Let's put these down here. And lastly, fog. So fog in this scenario is pretty horrible. So instead of affecting 2 out of the 7 action spaces up here, you essentially just have 1 less oxygen for the following turn. So if you don't get that spot, you'll have 1 oxygen, which is horrible. Well, there you go. Those are all the rules. Let's go to the playthrough. Alright, just to clarify one thing, just to make it super clear, because I wasn't so clear when I was running it down. Every turn you're going to get 2 oxygen. At the end of every turn you're going to discard all the oxygen if you had any left in your supply and get back 2. And then it would change depending on if you have bonuses or if there's fog, right? So just to make it clear, it's not like you can save them up and get 2 more next turn and get 4. Every round you're discarding and going back up to 2. So let's go to the playthrough and you'll hear what I think. Alright, welcome to the playthrough for the Tibet scenario. Like I previously had mentioned, this is by far the best scenario in the game. I don't even think it's up for debate. So that's what I really think. So play along and you'll see why. It's because those oxygen markers really change up the game, and it gives you an extra little thing that you really need to consider every single round. Where you're going to use your oxygen tokens to power up or get a less powerful version of a an action you're trying to perform. So let's get started. I think as usual, I'll be first player. Also, I did get a new mic, so hopefully it sounds better. All my new videos will use this one. So my older ones sound a bit worse. So just to show you how awesome oxygen is, I'm just going to show you right off the start with my first action. I'm going to actually go on the excavation action, and we'll see why that's important. Let's see, what does green want to do? Green's going to show you his oxygen level. He's going to go on number 1 there, and you'll see why. And yellow, oh, I forgot to flip over these cards. Let me do that right now. Yellow's looking at some of these, and he'll show you why his action's pretty awesome. And I guess I'll go here. Green will go... What does green want to do? Green will show you something interesting here. And yellow will go here. Okay, so oxygen. You get 2 per turn. You spend them, you lose them if you don't spend them, and you get back to it at the start of the turn. So every turn you got to decide where you're spending your oxygen. So green has decided that, you know what, he wants to go first here and get as much stuff as he can. So he's going to use his 2 oxygen on space A. So I will just tell you when I'm using them, or I'll just tap them here just to show you that they're being used. So green's going to use them here. And the first spot here is allows him to take 5 cubes instead of 2 or 3. He spends 0, 1, or 2. So for 5 cubes, he's going to do his action. He spent his 2 oxygen. And he's going to take 5 cubes. So he'll take 3 ore and 2 stone. Actually, no. He'll take 3 stone and 2 ore. And I'll show you why he did that. So let's give that to him. Next, yellow's going to go. They're not going to spend any oxygen. So they're only going to get 2 cubes. So they'll get 2 ore. And same for pink. Not going to spend any oxygen. So they're going to take 2 ore. Let's see if my camera works. Yeah, there you go. So I got my 2 oxygen and I got my 2 ore. That was this one here. I'll stay first player. All right, now excavation. This is where I'm going to spend my 2 oxygen. So I'll just, I'll just tell you when I use them. I'll just maybe move them there. So this one allows you to excavate at a rate of +2. All right. So the rate is 2. So +2 is 4. So I'm going to take off 4 cubes, which is all these 4 on top of the first space here. So I get to take those. I get to put out a marker. And there you go. That was this one here. All right, green's going to go. He's going to build. So building, the way it works is you have to pay according to the oxygen on the station. So lucky him is that the first station here doesn't have a requirement for oxygen. So he just has to spend his 3 stone that he just got. Put that back in the bag and put out his 3 on top of this station right here. All right, and then yellow, they went crazy. Now they're going to spend their 2 oxygen. So I'll just give it back to them. Let's just give everyone back their oxygen. And they're going to get to take 2 cards because 0 is 0 cards, 1 is 1 card, and 2 is 2 cards. So they're going to get their choice of 2 cards. And they really like these 2 cards here. They can get a train early and not have to pay the train tax, and this one allows them to do a full excavation of the following space. Plus the abilities are pretty awesome. So we'll give them these 2 cards. And there we go, there's turn 1. So we're gonna refill the card row. We'll adjust the weather. Fog is really bad in this scenario because it reduces your oxygen level for the following round. Then we'll adjust the weather. Then we'll get more cubes. We'll be back. All right, turn 2. Oh, before we get to turn 2, we'll place the cubes where they belong. And it looks like we got our first event cube here. So it's the excavation rubble. It's only 1, so 1 space. So it'll be this spot right here. So we'll put this into the general supply. Now, just as a reminder, this spot here needs to be fortified, right? So every single one track between stations needs to be fortified, right? So to lay this track, just as a reminder, you need to fortify, which means you need to give up 2 resources to build extra there. But you get to put in 2 markers, which is huge, right? Because some of these objectives that need a lot of rail are really hard to do. Okay, so I'm still first player. So where do I want to spend my oxygen? Maybe that I want to go first there to get 5 cubes and get maybe a train following turn. Lots of decisions. I don't really want to excavate because it'll just be max 3 if I even if I pay 2 oxygen for it. I mean, I could build there. I could get a card. These are 2 of the similar cards, right? Maybe I'll do 1 and 1 this turn, use oxygen. Maybe I'll move my surveyor there. Or maybe, you know what? Maybe I'll go get an extra oxygen for next turn only because this will jump up to 4. So the oxygen level, I can have an excavation of 5, which will be all these cubes here. Or, but you know what? I'm going to definitely go here, get my cubes first. And I think they're all going to follow me. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's 12, but 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, they don't want to coal right away, so they'll go like that. So what do I really want to do this round? If I put 0, if I put 0 oxygen here, I can't even excavate because it's -1 and it's only 1, so it won't do anything. I think I'm going to do what green did last turn to build here. And I'll show you how pictures work. Both of these guys are going to go on the surveyor space to move up their surveyor to try to get better pictures by end game to get a better bonus. So they're both going to go there. Right? So let's run through this. I'm going to go first. I'll use up both my oxygen. So just as a reminder, I don't have oxygen to build over there, but I take 5 cubes. I'm going to take 2 stone and 3 ore. Put these in my supply here. Green's going to spend only 1 oxygen, so he's going to take 3 cubes. And he'll be nice to yellow. He's going to take these 3. Unfortunately, yellow, he doesn't even need to spend oxygen because he only wants 2 cubes, right? He's going to have leftover oxygen for next turn, but that's fine. Let's give that to him. So green has 1 oxygen left. So let me just tap this to remind me. And yellow didn't use any. So then we're going to go here. So build. So I want to build here. 0 oxygen cost. So I just have to give up my 2 stone. And I'll put in a marker right here. Next, we're going to keep going. So, okay, so green and yellow. Okay, so green goes first, so they're going to use an oxygen. And they'll move up their surveyor. So now they have a choice. Do they want to take a picture here? I don't think they do. I think they want to advance a bit more to take a picture at a more lucrative spot up there. And yellow is going to do the exact same thing. And they're not going to want to take a picture there either. Okay, and they spent their 1 oxygen. They're going to have 1 left over. But it wouldn't matter because you end up losing it at the end of the round. Okay, so there's the end of the round. We'll just give everyone their oxygen back. It doesn't really matter. We'll come back to the card row. We'll refresh this. Turn this over. Ooh, that's a nice one. So this one, you play it on turn A and it gives you an extra oxygen for the rest of that round. So you'll have 3 instead of 2, right? Alright, the weather, I'll turn this up. Rain, we'll adjust for sun. So 1, 1, 2, and we'll get cubes. Okay, following turn. Looks like I've got a bit of everything. So now we can buy trains. That's what that event cube signifies. Alright, so yellow's first player this time. So what do they want to do? Yellow's got yellow's the only one who hasn't used their oxygen to get a lot of cubes. So I think that's what he's going to want to do. And in this scenario, what makes it super interesting is you sort of have to go first or second to grab cubes, because if somebody grabs 5, they're more than half of them are going to be taken out, right? So it's going to go first. Now, what do I want to do? What do I really want to use my oxygen on? I can try to excavate this and put out a marker here, which, it's not so bad. It's 3 points. It'll give me a lot of rubble. I really do need cards though. I'm thinking about getting 2 cards, and this extra oxygen could be huge for next turn because everyone else is going to have just 1. Or I can save it up and get 3 on the following turn. But what I'll do is I'm gonna definitely jump on the second spot here first, because I'm gonna, even if I don't use my oxygen there, I'll get at least 2 cubes, and if, well, if yellow takes all 5, well then I'll get stone. But either way, let me see if I can get at least 1, because I need 1 more ore so I can use the power for a 2-to-1 conversion instead of a 3-to-1 conversion. So we'll do that. What does green want to do? I think green is gonna do that excavation trick. Try to excavate a bunch of stuff here. It's yellow's turn. See if yellow grabs a bunch of resources there. What else could he do? So he won't be able to do much if he uses both. So he might just use 1 oxygen there. So that's 3 cubes. What else could he do with his other guy with another cube? He knows that green's gonna excavate. Is he gonna have 4 stone at this point or 1 steel? Nope, he won't have that. So he can't build. He could lay, no, he can't lay track. Yeah, because he doesn't have steel. So he's sort of stuck. He can go get another card maybe. Alright, let him move his surveyor. Let's see how far up and see if he can get one of those massive bonuses. Maybe he'll try for the 2x card here, which will be gigantic. Alright. Why is my computer going crazy? I don't know. So, I'm up next. So I already got my resources. What did I want to do next? No, let me excavate here. I'll show you why. Because then I'll fill out that whole spot, even though I really wanted a card this turn. No, you know what? Let me get a card. I want this card. I think that'll be useful. And then green's up last. I think he's gonna grab a card too. Alright, so let's launch it like this. Alright, so left to right. Yellow's gonna go first. They're gonna stay first player because nobody else went there. So they're gonna grab... See, now they can only grab 3 because to move their surveyor costs an oxygen. See, that's what's awesome about this scenario. It's sort of like you see where your other action is and you're like, oh no, I have to use an oxygen there. So I can only use 1 oxygen there because if I use both here, my surveyor won't even move because I don't have the cost. Although he could, no, actually he has a better plan. He's going to use this one not to move his surveyor but to get the extra oxygen for next turn, because next turn is going to be a 1 oxygen round, right? So he'll go there instead. So he'll spend his 2 oxygen and he'll get 5 cubes. So he'll take 1, 2, 3, 4. That'll give him his 3 steel, and he'll take 1 more stone. Let's give that to him. Now I'm gonna go. I'm gonna stick 1 of each. So I have enough for 3 steel as well. Let's go to my tableau. That was this guy. Green's gonna go, so they're gonna use both their... Oh, darn, maybe he wouldn't have gone there. No, sorry, I made a mistake with green. He would have gone down here as well because he wanted to do the 5 excavation to remove these rubble cubes here. So that's what he's gonna do. He's gonna use his 2 oxygen. He's gonna take out 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There you go. He's gonna keep these. He's going to put out his marker on the spot here, and this is going to flip over. Right? Okay, that was green. Then I'm going to go. So I didn't use any oxygen yet. I only took 2 cubes there, so I'll use both my oxygens to take 2 cards. And looking at these cards, see, I'm already on 2 out of 5 houses, which is pretty good, and it allows me to build a +1 track, which means in the future I can technically build with no oxygen and get a +1. So even though it's at 1, I can still build a track, which isn't bad. So I'll take that, and I'll definitely take this one too, which gives me an oxygen for the following round, well, if I need it at all. Okay, let's put those in my tableau. That was this guy here. And now both yellow and green, because they have no oxygen left, are going to just get an extra oxygen for next turn. So let's just give them each an extra oxygen. Green and yellow. So they're going to have 2 technically, because they're gonna end up losing it because of the fog, but we'll see how that works. So everything slides over. We'll adjust the weather, sun. Okay, now we adjust for fog. So what ends up happening is we're all gonna lose an oxygen. And basically green and yellow have 2 and pink has 1. Alright, let's get our cubes. Oh, look at what the cube fairy brought us. A bunch of stone and a bit of ore. Oh, okay, so first track event here. So the rate is 1, so we're gonna build 1 track starting from the bottom. So the AI built this one. Whether it's fortified or not doesn't really matter, he built it anyway. So let me remove this from the game, since it doesn't really matter to us anymore. It's not gonna score any points. So yellow's first player, so they're gonna definitely jump on this. The reason they want to do that is they're at 6 cubes and I'm at 6 cubes, and by putting 2 oxygen markers on it, he'll get 3 steel, which is freaking amazing. Okay, so now pink's turn. Now what does pink want to do? I could build, but it's going to cost me an oxygen, but I don't have these resources, so technically I can't build. I could excavate. It is 3. I just have to give up 1 oxygen. I can excavate 3. Yeah, you know what? That's what I'll do. I'll get another marker out there. Might help me. I do have an objective to get 5 houses done. I'm already at 2, so that'll give me 3. So that's good. Who's up next? Green. So what does green want to do? Green's only got 4 resources, so they're probably going to use their 2 oxygen to get 5 there. Also, I gotta remember, they have 2 because they went there. I only have 1 oxygen this round, so if I use it there, I won't, unless I use my card, I won't be able to get a powered version of anything else. So yellow already knows he's using both his oxygen here. Does he step back on there to get 2 cubes? He's just gonna get 2 cubes. I mean, he's gonna have steel at that point, but he can't build because that takes oxygen. He can't lay track, there's no track. He can't get a card because he doesn't have oxygen. He can't move his surveyor. He could excavate at 2 only, so I'll remove these 2 cubes. But I guess he'll go second, see if he can get some stone. I'll go up next. You know what, I'll go on the first player spot here. And green's going to use both his oxygen spots, or maybe he'll just use 1. So what does he? He has no cards. So if he gets 3 cubes, he gets 3 ore, that'll bring him to 6, which is perfect. So maybe he'll go get a card because he doesn't have a card yet. There you go. Alright. So let's execute this. So green's going to go first. They're going to spend 1 oxygen, I'll just tap it here, and take 3 cubes. So he'll take this 3 ore. That'll bring him to 6, which is perfect. Yellow will go next. They won't spend any oxygen, so they're gonna take 2 stone. Give that to yellow, and I'm gonna do the same. I won't spend any oxygen, and I won't use my card yet, just yet. And I'll just take 2 resources. But most importantly, I am first player, so I'll take 2 stone as well. Put that in my supply. Let's look at my supply right now. So I also have 6 ore. So next turn, I'm definitely gonna want to jump on that. All right, next. Excavation. So I'm going to use up my 1 and only oxygen because we lost 1 because of the fog this round, to excavate at 3, because if you don't give in any oxygen, if you give in 1, it's the regular work rate. So that's going to be 3. That'll be these 3 cubes, go in my personal supply, and I'll get to put out a marker here. Now yellow is going to use both their oxygen, so that's fine, they're not on the board, so both of those to convert 6 into 3 steel bars. That's what I love about this scenario. You can get steel bars much easier than the other ones because you can easily just use your oxygen there to convert and make up a lot of ground. Oops. Alright, green's gonna go. He's gonna use his last oxygen. Here, I'll just tap it and give it back to him. To grab 1 card. Let's give this back to green. Which one does he want? This one is so many points. So if you have a fortified track, 1 fortified track out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 that are going to be built, and 8 rubble is 26 points. That is gigantic. He'll take this card. And plus it allows him to take 2 extra cubes. So if he gets 5 plus 2, 7 cubes, if he goes first, you can wipe out all the cubes on one go. Alright, so there you go. Those are all our actions. Let's refill the card row. Yeah, rain. So we'll move this up. We'll get rain back. We'll adjust for rain. Bring these down. And get cubes. Okay, next turn. Looks like a bunch of coal. Oh, an event cube came out. So this one's build a station. These three go back in the bag. So build a station. You start from the bottom. This one's 100% complete. Not sure about that. I gotta check the rules because this one was technically excavated by the AI. So I guess it is 100% complete and built. So it'll jump to this one and build this one. So we're gonna take a marker and put it on this one so nobody can build there anymore. Alright. Maybe somebody can let me know about that one. I'm pretty sure that's correct. Okay. So, things first. Now, most importantly, I think I definitely want to go first, but I also want my steel bars. No, which one do I do? So I'll get my steel bars and hopefully nobody goes first. The reason I want to go first next round is that if the excavation event hits and this gets freed, I can do a fortification track right here, which is 5 points, and 2-lay track, which is gigantic. So let me go get my steel. That makes green go next. So he has a card for, he can get 2 extra resources, and if he spends 2, that's 7. He can literally take all the resources. Wow. He needs a fortified track and he needs to get rubble so far. He's looking at these cards. That's a pretty good card. Oh, we all start with our 2 oxygen. I forgot to give Pink their oxygen back. Very important. And nobody went on there, so everyone's starting at 2. So green. Okay, so we can't build, we can't lay track. We could excavate, but it's only 2 and plus 2 is 4, so you won't get anywhere. It's gonna be one of those rounds. You know what? He's gonna go get more cards and maybe move his surveyor. So he'll do that. Yellow, yellow. Yellow's got a ton of steel right now, 3 steel. So I think he's gonna go get his train. Yeah, that's what he'll do. Pink. I really just want to go first for next turn. Green. Green's gonna go move their surveyor. And what does the yellow want to do? Yeah, you know what? Yellow is gonna just get resources because if he needs to fortify track next turn, he just needs a couple more resources. Although he does have the stone, but anyway. So let's run through this. Yellow goes first. So he's not going to spend any oxygen there. So he can spend both his oxygen here because that's getting a train doesn't cost oxygen. So he's going to take 5 cubes. And so he used up everything there. So he'll take... he needs stone, he needs steel, he needs stone, he needs stone. So he'll take 3 and 2. Take a bit of everything. So he's got a ton of stone. He's ready. As soon as this opens up or that opens up, he's gonna build like crazy. I'm gonna go next. I'm not gonna spend any oxygen because I need to spend it there. So I'm only gonna take 2 cubes. So I'll take these 2. Alright, next. I'm gonna spend both my oxygen on this spot here. So it's a 2-to-1 conversion instead of a 3-to-1. So that's gonna be 6 cubes here. So put that back in the bag and that'll give me my 3 steel bars. Very important. We'll keep going. Okay, so yellow. Okay, which train does yellow want? I mean, this one is just so good. This train is unbelievable. For the rest of the game, you get 1 extra oxygen. That's ridiculous. Let's give him that train. He's gonna pay 2 steel for it. He doesn't care about tax because he's got that card. So that was this one. Now green. Green's going to use 1 oxygen here because he's going to use the other oxygen there. So he's going to use 1. So 1. It's fine. So which card does he want? He already has 1 for cubes and the excavation on top. 22 points. Yeah, he's gonna go big on the contracts and try to maybe triple it over or double it over there. Although if he moves his surveyor up to spot number 6, This is 10 points more to get there. I guess he'll take this one. He'll take this card, give it to him. Alright, and then he's going to use his last action here to move his surveyor up again. Now, is he going to take a picture here? This is for every fortified track, you get 4 points. Not worth it. So I'll skip it there. Alright, so let's refill the card row. Let's update the weather. Fog again. I hate fog. So now we adjust the sun. 1, 2, 1, which is good. Although now if we get this event, it's going to clear off 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it'll clear off all those cubes. But we'll see. So let's get cubes. Well, I guess this is what happens when we're all holding a bunch of cubes. Is that all the event cubes start coming out. 3 event cubes pulled. Alright, so let's go in order. So excavation, so it's 4. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So we built all that. So at least we can build in that station now. And then the second one is tax. So yellow's the only one with a train, but he's going to use his ability. He tapped it. And the last one here is lay track. So it's 1. Unfortunately, this 5-pointer here that everyone wanted to build on is going to be laid, and let's get rid of it. Okay. So pinks first. Well, that's what I want to. I want to fortify that track. Oh well, that's gone. So what do I really want to do? I can go get my train this round, but that's going to cost 0 oxygen. I can go build in that town too. Can also excavate for 6, which is all those cubes. Oh, I forgot to give yellow their extra oxygen. So now every single round they have an extra oxygen. Wow, that's crazy. Not gonna say it's overpowered, but it might be. Oh, I forgot to add these back to the bag. Okay, so very important. What do I want to do? I can either build or get my train. I could do both actually, or I can lay track and fortify it to get 2 markers out. Yeah, let me do that. You know what? Yeah, because I have that card. It gives me a +1, so I don't even have to use oxygen there. But actually, because this doesn't cost me any oxygen to get a train. I know green's gonna want to go there for steel bars for sure. Do I like these cards? Not really. Okay, let me go lay some track. Maybe it'll help for some contracts later on. Green's gonna go next. What does green want to do? Oh yeah, he wanted to jump there, that's for sure, to get his steel bars. So now yellow. I think what yellow's gonna do is gonna definitely jump on that point card there. He's gonna have no more steel bars after this, because he's used 2 and then he's gonna use another one there. So there's 3 steel bars. I'm gonna go up next. So that's gonna cost me 0 or 1 steel bar. I don't want to build now because I know he's gonna build there. I mean, I can excavate for 6. Take care of all those cubes. What do I do? What do I do? Or I can get 2 cards. But I don't like any of these cards. Okay, I will jump on the spot here to steal these cubes so nobody can... I mean, if I take 5 cubes, nobody's going to really want to jump there, so I'll stay first player. So green's going to use both his oxygen there. And then... what he'll do is, because he doesn't have a lot of cubes, he'll just go on here and use no oxygen here, so he'll still remove 3 cubes. And yellow... if yellow's building there for 1 oxygen, they're going to have 1 oxygen left over. He'll move his surveyor up. Alright, so there we go. Let's run through this. Go. So I'm going to use both my oxygen there because I won't use any there. So I'm going to take 5 cubes. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sure, let's do that. Although I wanted my train this round. That was stupid of me. Doesn't matter. Playing off the cuff, making stupid moves. That's how I roll. Okay, so he's gonna spend no oxygen, so it's wait, where's so I grabbed resources. Where's green second guy? Oh, sorry, he excavated. Yeah, there you go. He excavated, that's fine. Then he's gonna come here, he's gonna exchange. So 3, 4, 5. Sorry, green should get these. Blah, getting all mixed up here. So 1, 2, 3. That's life playing 3 players. Okay, put that in the bag. So green's done. He used both his oxygen here. So I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna use no oxygen, so it's track -1. But I'm gonna use my card, which gives me a +1, which is this one right here. So I'll tap it. And you know what? For this turn, because I did action A, I might as well just tap this one too to get a +1. No, I'll do it next turn. Doesn't really matter. I'll do it next turn. No, you know what? I would have done it this turn. I'll tell you why. This would have given me an extra oxygen. So I would have had 3 this turn. And I would have used 2 on space A. Sorry for backtracking. And then I would have had 1 left over, which I would have used on the track. So if I spend 1, it's 0, right? Which is the rate. So rate +1. So now I get to lay 2 track. Hope that was understood by everyone. So I get to spend 2 steel bar. And lay on here and here. But most importantly, I need to spend 2 resources to fortify this, and I have the option if I want to fortify this one, which I will do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend 2 stone on each one, 2 and 2. Right? Put that in the bag. Now what that does is get to put an extra token on there, and here, same thing. So I've technically already laid 4 track this game, so I really want to keep an eye on that contract of 4 or 5 track, and I have 2 fortified track. Right, so if an objective comes out with fortified track, I definitely want to grab it because I've already done 2. Sucks for green because they want to do it too, but I stole it from him. All right, so yellow's gonna go. So yellow has 2. Well, he wants 1 oxygen there and 1 oxygen there, so he'll use this one to build. So he'll give up a steel bar and a stone. There's no more steel bar to build in here. And then yellow's gonna also move their guy with the other oxygen. Would have had an oxygen left over. No matter. Where's this guy? It's here. Does he want to take a picture there? I don't think he's gonna have a lot of fortified tracks, so he'll pass. Okay, there goes everyone's turn. Sorry for backtracking so much that turn. We'll raise this up. Sun. Put this here. Lower this because of the rain. So yellow should be at 3 oxygen, green 2, and pink 2. So let's get cubes and carry on. Okay, well, 2 event cubes this time around. So build station. So I did look up the rules again. So you gotta look at just the build spots if they're full or if there's any rubble on the station. So you don't really count this if it's already excavated. So complete, complete, complete. And there's the next one. So it's kind of advancing really fast up the mountain here. And the next one is excavation. So it's set to 3. So it's 3 spots. 1, 2, and 3. Wow. So the AI is doing a lot of work for us. We could flip this around. There you go. We're ready to go. Pink is first. So I definitely want to train this round. So I'm gonna have 2. You can sort of think of it like 2 oxygen to spend on something else. So maybe I want to go get a card so I can get 2 cards. This one lets you score your photo twice. Wow. So if you score the 30 points, you get 60 points. Oh my god. And that's auto score, so that's a good one to get. So you know what? Let me get on cards. Maybe I'll steal that card from somebody. What does green want to do? So green finally has steel. What does he want to do? He's got no resources left. Does he want to lay track? He needs fortified track, and he needs regular track. They both need track. Yellow and green both need track, but they sort of want to excavate there as well. So does green go excavate and then lay track? Or vice versa? So what green's gonna do? Oh no, because then he can't lay more than one track. He was gonna use 2 oxygen to excavate, but then he won't have enough oxygen to lay the track. See, that's what makes this scenario interesting. So what does he do? Does he lay a regular track in hopes that somebody does the excavation for him? Yeah, sure. Let him do that. He'll go there. If somebody does the excavation for him, he can lay 2 track. If not, he'll lay just 1 and use his other guy to do something else. What does yellow want to do? Yellow, does he want a card? He can't build. Nobody can build. The next station is there. He doesn't have enough to convert. I just got 3 oxygen. He can... You know what? He's going to get resources so he can get his extra worker next turn. But he'll go first player. He doesn't care what he gets. Pink's up next. So I got my card. That's fine. Then I'm going to go get my train. So I'm going to go here, get my train. Now green really wanted somebody to go there. So you know what? He'll go here and see if he's going to spend his oxygen to move his surveyor or get a +1 oxygen for next round. And yellow... So yellow's going to spend 2 oxygen there. He's still going to have 1 oxygen left over. So he's going to play the wait and see card. He's going to go here and move up his surveyor again. So let's run through this. So he's going to grab 5 cubes. He's going to spend 2 of his oxygen. I'll just tap them here. So what does he need? He needs 3 more for a steel bar. He does need the coal to get his 3rd worker. So he's going to do this. Because he needs steel for next turn. Doesn't have any more. Green's going to go. Unfortunately, nobody excavated for him. So he's going to spend only 1 oxygen here to build 1 track. So he'll give up his steel bar and he'll put out his track on here. He was hoping that somebody would excavate so that he can build 2 track and then fortify this one. But that didn't happen. I'm going to go get my train. So I'll give up my 1 steel. So what train do I want? At this point, because I feel like I'm lagging behind, I might as well get the 9-pointer. I only have 1 steel bar, so my choices are the one that just gives me extra workers, not really worth it at this point. This one lets me free fortification, not really worth it. I already have 2 fortified train tracks, so I might as well just take this one. So I'll get this, put on my tableau, put my coal on top. Then cards. So that costed me 0, that action, so I'm going to spend 2 of my oxygen here, so I get to take 2 cards. So I'm definitely going to want to take this one. And I think I'm definitely going to want to take this one. Actually, no. I'm never going to satisfy this. This one lets me move my surveyor an extra spot, and I'm trying to get to at least down here to get one of the bonuses, so I'll do that. I'll get both of these. So let's put that into my tableau. Move some stuff around. That was this guy. And lastly, they're gonna go. So yellow had 1 steel, 1 oxygen left, and green had 1 oxygen left. So they're both gonna move their surveyor, might as well. But now they have the choice. Do they want to take a picture? Do they want to take a picture? So that one is for every contract you finish, you score 4 points. I don't think yellow does because they're not doing so great on contracts, and neither is green, so they're gonna pass. They're gonna pass. They're gonna see if they can get further down. Okay, so that's that. Everyone's done. Slide all this over. Rain again. Oh, I should have taken that into account. The fog. Okay. So fog, so we're all going to lose an oxygen, so let's get rid of 1 for everybody. Let's just put him here. And we'll refill the cubes. Alright, here are the cubes. Oh, one event. So, okay. We'll do the late track event here, which is set to 1. So we're gonna excavate 1 track here. Get rid of it. It's not gonna score for anyone anyway, so let's just get rid of it. So that one needs to be fortified for sure. So now, okay, before we do that, we'll put this in the bag. So now everyone has to decide if they want to use their 3rd worker. The problem is that this round we're gonna have less workers, less oxygen. Sorry, not workers. So I think we'll keep it all for the following turn. Yeah, so pink and yellow won't use their guy, their coal. Okay, so yellow's up first. So what does the yellow want to do? So we can excavate at 5, which is not enough. The next station there, he's got a plan to get the juicy 14-point token there. Pink is definitely going to use their worker there. But let's talk about yellow first. Why am I thinking about pink? Let's see, you can't build, there's nothing to do. You can't lay track, you can. Oh yeah, he wanted to get a steel bar. There you go, easy. I'm gonna go first player next turn because I just want a coal and 2 cubes is fine, or yeah, 2 cubes is fine. Green's got no cubes, he's gonna do the same thing. Just gonna go there. Maybe he'll go get his train this round. Yellow's gonna get a steel. He can't even do anything with the steel. Oh no. Yeah, he's gonna use both his oxygen. He only has 2 here, so he's gonna have 0 oxygen left over. Okay, he's got a plan. He's gonna go here, so next turn he's gonna have 4 oxygen, which is huge. Then I will go, so there, and I'm gonna move my surveyor with my only oxygen. So I get to move him twice because of my card. And what does green want to do? I think green is just, he's happy just taking cubes, I guess. Alright, there you go. So green's going to take, well, he's got to decide. Well, he's got 1 oxygen, so it's 3, and the other one's a 0, so he takes 5 in total for both his guys. He's got nothing left, really. He's going to take some stone coming up. But he just needs to lay a lot of tracks, so he'll take more ore than anything else. 3, 4, 5. He'll give himself that. Then I'll stay first player. I just really want coal, so I'll take maybe 1 of each. Alright, yellow's gonna go. He's gonna use both his oxygen to exchange at 2 to 1 instead of 3 to 1. So 3 and 3. There you go. Put that in the bag and give him 3 stone, 3 steel. What am I talking about? Steel. Alright, now we're gonna move our surveyors. I'm gonna move my surveyor for sure, so that's gonna be my 1 oxygen. So this one here. So, and I'm gonna use my card here because I'm doing the G action, which allows me to move my surveyor again. So I'm gonna move him twice. 1, 2. So now I have a choice. Do I want to take a picture on either of those spots? I'm not gonna build on a lot of stations anymore, I don't think. Because it's more of a green and yellow thing, so I won't do that. And here, this would be 8 points for me because I already have 2 fortified tracks. But if I can get to that, that's already 8 points, and it'll score me for all my tracks, period. So maybe I'll wait to get there, right? So I won't take a picture. And we'll just keep going. So yellow is gonna get an extra oxygen for next turn, right? So he'll get, well, it's the end of the round now because we're all done. So he's gonna get 4. Green's gonna have 2, and pink's gonna have 2. All right, so let's refill the card row. Slide these down. Rain. Adjust for sun. Up, up. And get cubes. Okay, turn 7, 8, something like that. Who knows? Alright, here we go. So, pink was first player. So what do I want to do? Yellow is scaring me, which is 4 oxygen. And oh, so at the start of the round, actually we'll pay for our extra worker. So pink will pay, and yellow will pay. So he's going to spend 2. So he gets his yellow guy. And I'll get my extra guy. Unfortunately, my third guy, more than likely, he'll just be there to give me an oxygen for the following turn. Because I won't have enough oxygen to do 3 workers worth of good stuff. So what do I want to do? So I got 2 oxygen. Do I want to excavate second? No, that won't help me. Although I could go on build and spend both my oxygen to build 14 points there. But then if nobody does an excavation, then I wasted that worker. Because I can't build anywhere. I also really need steel bar. So let me do that. I'm gonna go get my steel bars this round to maybe build some tracks. So I'll do that. Green's gonna go next. Green's got steel bars, but he's got no way to lay them because there's nowhere to go. And he really wants to do he really wants to do a fortified track there. So what he's gonna do, darn it, he's gonna go here and excavate second and see how this turns out. Yeah, let's see. Now yellow's definitely gonna go build because they want to go get those 14 points. Then I'm next. So I'm gonna go first player all the time here. Now green. What does green do? Green sort of screwed himself over, I think. So he's gonna go get a card because he doesn't know if he can lay track if he only has there, because that'll remove 3, so the track won't be laid. And yellow, playing it very smart. Now he's gonna go lay track. Then pink's gonna go here to get an extra oxygen next round, and then yellow's gonna go there. So let's run through this. Also, yellow needed to, oh, maybe that's what green should have paid attention to, because he knew yellow wanted to excavate there. Oh well, doesn't matter. He knew yellow wanted to excavate there because he wants to build in there. He's got the build action done. But anywho, doesn't really matter. So I'm gonna grab 2 cubes only, so no oxygen, so I'll take 1 of each of these. So yellow's gonna go. So do they want to use any oxygen? They need to use 2 up there. He's gonna have to use 1 on the track, so that's 3. So he could use 1 oxygen. So that's what he's gonna do. He's gonna use 1 oxygen here. So he's gonna use 1 out of his 4 here to remove 3 cubes. So he's gonna put this in his personal supply. Green's gonna go remove 3 cubes. Actually, sorry. Sorry, it's 4 cubes. Sorry, it is 4. So yellow did give green some points. So now green's gonna go. He's gonna spend 0 oxygen, so it's gonna be at a rate of 3. So it's gonna be these 3. So he's still gonna put out his marker here. I'm gonna run my conversion. So that's where I'm going to spend my 2 oxygen, and that's 6. That's 3 steel bars. Add that to the bag. Okay, now lay track. So yellow's going to go. So that one has to be fortified. No choice. The rate is 1, so he's going to use his other oxygen here and spend 2 stone and 1 steel. The bag to put 2 markers on here. Boom, there you go. Now it's his turn again. Now he's got 2 oxygen left, so he's going to spend both those oxygens to build in there, because there it doesn't cost oxygen to build. So he's going to get 14 points there, which is insane. Alright, green's going to go. They're going to spend their 2 oxygen, because they haven't spent any yet, to get 2 cards. So let's see, what does he want? He can try to get to the 6 plus spot, so that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He has to move a surveyor 2 more times. And he can already sort of, he's on 3 spots, just needs to build 2 more. So let him try to get this and this one. And he'll use this card right away. So it allows him to draw 2 cards and pick the one he wants. Oh, there's the one I wanted. 3. He's got so many laying track ones already. He'll keep this card just for the ability, for the contract. He's got so many cards with track on them. Yeah, he's not gonna do that. Or he could, if he can lay 5 track and get his 2x on this, that's 80 points. But he's only at 1 and he needs 4 more coming along. Yeah, he doesn't like his chances, so he'll throw those out. Alright, and then I'll go for next round. I'll get an extra oxygen. So let's put everyone's workers back here. So I'm gonna get my extra oxygen for next turn. Yellow is gonna have 3 for next turn, so let's put theirs back. And let's refill the card row. That's the first one, second, third. Adjust the weather. Rain again. Oh boy, rain, rain, rain. So adjust for rain. Puts down. And we'll get cubes. Okay, seems like a game where I'm gonna grab a ton of event cubes because nobody's taking a lot of regular cubes. So station and excavation. So station, keep going up the mountain. This is gonna be the next one. We can't build there. And then excavation. So the rate is 3. So it's gonna be 1, 2, 3. All of these are gone. So there's another fortified track that's not possible. So green really wants to get one of those fortified tracks done. He's only got 2 more chances. Oh, sorry. These were done by the AI. No, those are excavation. Sorry. What am I saying? So you could do it here. Sorry about that. So you might want to go there right away to do that. Okay, so this round, only pink's gonna pay for the 3rd worker because the other guys can't do it. So green's first player. Green's gonna, okay, he's gonna jump on this late track thing right away so he can get fortify his track. Yellow. Yellow's got 3 oxygen. He has got almost no resources left. He can go build in there. So looking at his objectives, he needs 3 houses. He's only got 2, and he needs 3 tracks done. He's got 2. So he can lay track 2. But I think what he wants to do is get a ton of resources. He might spend all his oxygen down here to get all the cubes, so he doesn't really need to do it again later on. Alright, so I'm next. What do I want to do? I really want to get this card because I have double fortified track and this one is easy 10 points that I already have done, but I don't want to waste my first worker there. I could build. That station costs 1 oxygen, but I don't have enough stone. I need 2 more stone. Sure, let me go build there. I'll go get my stone afterwards. Green's gonna go. So green is already laying track, so we already know that. So he's gonna have no more steel bars, so he's gonna oh, but this is gonna cost him his oxygen. That's only 1 oxygen he'll spend there. He'll have 1 more oxygen left over. I think he's gonna want to go take a picture so he doesn't have to move his guy again. He's gonna go here. And I'll show you how the picture works. Sorry, yellow's up next. Yellow, yellow. Yellow, like I said, is gonna just go here. Then I got my last 2 guys, and I'll definitely go here and here. Actually, yellow would have obviously gone here. He doesn't really care what cubes he gets. Okay, so let's run through this. So yellow's first. So that's he's got 3 oxygen. He's gonna spend all 3 on that space. He's gonna spend 2 to get 5, and then spend the other one to get an extra 3 later. So he's gonna get 5 cubes right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we'll get 3 of these. Yeah, I'll just spend the rest on. Actually, no, because he wants some coal to get his 3rd worker. We get 4 of those and 1 coal. then I'll go. I'll spend 1 oxygen because I'm going to spend the other. Oh no, I need to spend both of them there. So I won't spend any oxygen, never mind. And I will definitely take. Oh, that's 18 points for 1 oxygen. Oh my god, I just realized that. So that's if I spend both my oxygen there. 2 out of my 3. Yeah, so I won't spend any. So I'll take 2 stone. Yeah, that was this one. Then, no, sorry, not 2 stone. What am I doing? Take 1 coal and 1 stone. Gotta power my 3rd worker. And then yellow's gonna go take 3 cubes and be first player. So 3, so he needs this to make 3 steel bars, and I'll take a stone. Okay, so green's gonna go. Now, this is what he really wanted to do. He's gonna give up. He's got 2 oxygen. He's gonna give up 1 steel, 1 oxygen, and 1 steel bar to build there, but he'll fortify it. So he'll give up, let's just say 1 of each. So he'll put 2 of his markers out on here. Boom. All right, so now the laying track, build. Right, I have 3 oxygen. I didn't use any yet on my first one. I'm gonna use 2 of them, 1 to build there and 1 to use it to put my marker on that one there. So that's 18 points, which is ginormous. Then I have 1 oxygen left over that I'm gonna use here to get a card. And obviously I'll take this card because I've already fulfilled the top part. And green's gonna use his 2nd oxygen to move his surveyor. And you know what? He'll take a picture there. Why not? That's 8 points for him. And if he lays another one, that's 12. Actually, no, he wants the 2x because he's already satisfied a 26 card. So if he goes there, that's another 26 points. So you know what? He won't take a picture. Next turn, he'll go there and put out the 2x before somebody else steals it from him. Okay. That's everyone's actions. Let's slide everything over. Just the weather. Oh, it's going to rain quite a bit here. Rain, down. Get rid of this. Let's get cubes. Alright, new turn. We're getting close to the end. There's only 4 track left. This might be the last turn or the before last turn. We'll see. Depends how fast. Oh, we got a late track event here. Turn these to their bag. Their event is the raid is 1. So let's get rid of 1 card here. Alright, let's put these back in the bag. Okay, so I'm gonna have 2 oxygen. Pink is gonna have green's gonna have 2, and yellow's gonna have 3. I will spend a coal. Should I? Should I spend a coal to get an extra worker? Every coal is 2 points for me. Let's look at my contracts. Fast. Yeah, here we go. Okay. Yeah, I'll spend a coal. I'll get an extra worker. So there's my 3rd worker. Yeah, there you go. I already take it. Okay, so yellow's up first. Yellow. What does yellow really want to do? Yellow's got almost no cards. You know what? He's gonna definitely like jump on 2 cards here, no matter what. He needs contracts. He's got nothing. I'll do that. He also has to lay track. Crap. Where's this guy? He also wants to excavate. We'll give him more markers. You know what? He has to either put a marker there or put a marker on the track. He'd rather fortify on a different track, so he's going to excavate here at 4. And maybe somebody else will excavate or whatever, but he wants to lay track there. Okay, then I'm up. What do I really want to do? I got 3 steel bars. I do want that coal. That's for sure. And yellow might take it because they have one still to get their second one. So I'll go there. I also do want to move my surveyor, but we'll get to that when it's my second turn. So green's got 4 ore, a coal, and a steel. They never bought a train this game. Do they go for their train? He does have to lay a lot of tracks, so he's gonna actually lay that track there. Yellow screams at himself because he wanted to do that. Crap. So they're gonna actually go build, I think, there to get the 12 points. And I'm like, no, I wanted to go there. Damn it. No. What do I do? So I have 2 oxygen. I have 2 workers. I'm gonna spend one of them there. So my second action here is gonna be actually an oxygen worthy action. Do I need more rubble? I have 3, 4, 5. I have 7. I need to get to 8. No, actually, I don't have any objectives of rubble. I could get this one, which is just needs 6. I'm at 7. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go get a card. And green's gonna lay a track. He's gonna go get 2 more steel bars to get ready for the rail coming up. And my last action, I'll show you that. I'll move up. Okay, so let's run through this. I go first, so I need 2 cubes. I'm gonna definitely take this. Do I take stone to get ready for what's coming up there? Sure. I'll take stone. There you go, to my 2 cubes. Show you my tableau. Next is yellow. Yellow's going to use 2 of their oxygen to excavate at +2, so that's 4. I'm going to take all this to add a marker up here. Green's going to go. They're going to use 4 rubble. So that's, oh wait. Oh no, I forgot about the conversion. Oh no. Okay, never mind. Let him put his guy here. Sorry, I forgot about the oxygen thing. It's hard to keep track of 3 players. So he didn't use any oxygen, so let me give him his 4 ore back. He'll use 1 oxygen here to lay a track. There's a steel bar. How about that, folks? There you go. He's doing quite well. He's got 3 compared to pink's 2 compared to yellow's 1. Okay, so that was that. So he still has 1 oxygen left. So yellow is gonna build. I screwed up yellow too because I used both his oxygen to excavate, and I forgot that you needed 2 to build there. So let's pretend next turn he's got -1 oxygen. We'll give him his points anyway. I'm messing up all over the place. Just throw that in the bag. Just give him that. That's fine, no worries. And then I'll use up my oxygen here. So both oxygen. So I was there, I didn't use any. So I'll go there and I'll use 2. What should I do? What should I take? Let me take these 2. Why not? So I have a ton of cards. Just look at that, what I got. And 3 steel bars. Okay, so that was that one. So now, oh, that's why. I'm not playing very smart right now. Sorry about that. I'll only use 1 oxygen there because I'm using the other one there. My oxygen there, I'm gonna move my guy, and I'll take a picture. Yay! So now I get 4 points for each of my completed contracts. That's what that one means. And green's gonna go. He's gonna take a picture too. He's gonna go. He's gonna go here. He's gonna take a picture. Because that's 26 points for him because he's got a contract 26 points and that doubles it. So that's a 52-point contract. So yellow's pretty much stuck. He's either just gonna take it from there or move up twice to go over there. Okay. Let's refill this. Rain again. Rain. Alright, let's get cubes. Alright, this is what happens when we all have cubes in our midst. And nobody wants to spend them. So, 3 event cubes come out. So, build station. It'll be this one. Excavate, it's only 1. So, it'll be this one. And then lay track. It's only 1. So, it'll be this one. So, I'm assuming there's 2 turns left. So, we're going to build that. And then next turn, we'll build all that. So, these go back to the bag. Okay, yellow's still first player. Pink will use this cube. So yellow's got 3 oxygen. Green and pink both have 2. So what does pink really want to do this game? Pink's gotta get cards. He needs cards. Does he also need to lay track? But he can't excavate there. It's impossible unless you use both your actions. There's 5. Even if you add +2 is 3. So we're stuck. And that thing will probably get built before we get to it, which is terrible for everyone. So what does yellow want to do? Yellow does also want to move his surveyor. I mean, he can move his surveyor 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, and then he's 1 spot away from the 30-pointer. Oh, that would be pretty good. Does he do that? Does he act crazy? Can't build anywhere. Can't lay track. I mean, he could convert, but the steel bar won't be useful to him. Could excavate at 3. 3 + 1, 4. It won't even be enough to clear it up. Or get resources to get a 3rd worker for next turn. It's me one of those turns. Let's see. We're all gonna move up our guy. Do I want to just use my auction to move up my guy too? Is there anything for me to do? I mean, I'll just go first here to get my coal, I guess. And I think everyone else is just going to do the same exact thing. Green. I mean, green's going to go first player. Yellow's going to go here. And I got the last 2 the last 2 actions. Do I need a card? No, I got too many cards as it is. I'm gonna move my surveyor twice. Why not? There we go. So let's run through this fast round. So I'm gonna take just 2 cubes, not use any of my auction. So 1 and take stone, 2. Green's gonna go, he's gonna be first player. So I'll give him the train. He's gonna take. Where's the second action? Sorry, did I forget to put. Oh, I forgot to assign Green's. He was last player anyway. He'll move his surveyor too. Whatever. Okay. So Green would be first player, and he's going to use 1 auction there, so he's going to use 1 auction there, so he takes 3. He's going to take 1, 2, 3, 3 stone. Alright, here we go. Blah, blah, blah. So now we're all going to move our surveyor. So Green's going to pay 1 auction, it's going to move. I'm going to pay 1 auction for each and move my guy twice. 1, 2. And yellow's gonna do the exact same thing. 1, 2. All right, let's get some cubes from the bag. Oh wait, I gotta refill this. Yeah, it's getting very close to the end. Just we're getting stuck here because it's always raining. So it's hard to dig and stuff. Let's get cubes. Okay, well, the way things are going, next turn is gonna be the last turn. because I'm going to keep drawing 3 events out of the bag because there's no cubes left in the bag because we're not taking any or spending any. So build station is going to be that one there. Excavation, it's 1 and 1. Then lay track. There you go. And then these go back in the bag. Next turn I'll probably get another 3 and we'll just have 1 thing left to excavate there. Oh, I gotta remove these 2. Okay, well here we go. So you know what, I'm not gonna spend a coal to get my 3rd worker because that's 2 points for me, so there's no point really. I do have a double excavation card, but it's set to 1, but I can raise it to 3. Double excavates. Might be useful. Okay, so green's first player. What does green want to do? Green wants to lay track, but there's nothing. But he knows for sure that somebody will probably lay track, will excavate. So he's gonna get ready to do that. He's gonna lay track here. Yellow does need to lay track as well. Yeah, he needs to lay track as well because for one of his objectives. Then I will actually do my excavation. So that'll be all my oxygen because that'll remove 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yellow. So yellow sort of has no choice but to do an excavation because there's 7 cubes. Now I'm going to remove 6. Then green. Oh, so this is going to be the last turn of the game because they're both going to build track there. So what does green want to do? Green wants to get the most amount of points possible. So he's going to go build, and I think but he won't be able to build. No, he could build because that's only 1 oxygen up there, but I won't be able to build because I won't have any oxygen because I'm spending it all there. So I'm gonna go, can't do anything with him. I just can't, so I'm just gonna go get a coal cube. It's 2 points. Alright, it's the last round of the game, so let's just do it. I'm gonna get 2 cubes, that's 2 points for me, and I'll just get a stone, doesn't really matter. Sorry, excavate. So I'm gonna use both my oxygen here and my double excavation card. So I'm gonna take 6 cubes. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There you go. He doesn't need to spend oxygen. Oh, sorry, he needs to spend at least 1 to get a rate of +0, which is 1. So let's spend his 1 oxygen so that he excavates 1 whole cube. So green could be super mean. He could actually spend both his oxygen to get a +1 track to lay both those tracks. But he won't. He's gonna spend 1 oxygen to lay 1 track. Here, I'll flip the card over later. That'll cost him a steel bar. Then yellow. He's also gonna spend 1 oxygen and 1 steel bar to lay a track here. And then lastly, green's gonna go. So green can build there with his last oxygen, but he can't build the extra oxygen spot. But he does have 3 stone left over. He's gonna build in the 3 stone spot. There you go. And that's endgame because all the tracks have been laid. So there you go. So there's no point of cleaning up. Let's just score and see who won. Well, there you have it. Scored. Green takes it by 1 point. And you know what? If he would have got 1 more station and 1 more rubble, he would have scored like an extra 35 points. So wow, he didn't get a lot of markers, but he made them count and he got a lot on the pictures and on the contract. So good job, Green. Because I was paying attention for his stuff. But that's how you play. I really like this scenario. It's great. It's not even that long. It just gives you more interesting decisions when you actually do your actions. It's fantastic. So I'll see you on the next one.